Hi, I just wanted to do a quick video on on Donald oh gosh, on Donald Trump, and just like how he keeps talking about being like trying to run for president again and stuff. I mean, okay, I'll just get into the energy. I feel like, in his opinion, it's like super organized and he has like his people in place and whatever, but like in the grand scheme of things, it's actually like a very small sliver of support that isn't adequate. And he might feel that they have more power than they do because they're related to media outlets and stuff. And he might be overestimating the influence of the media or like alternative media or whatever. Okay. It's like a desire of his, but at the same time, like where there should be in the picture in his energetic profile, like where there should be information and plans for the USA, there's just like darkness, like a dark kind of blob that there's nothing there. He's really interested in the art of persuasion more than the United States, like proper. I don't know if he has some sort of like brain damage or something, but it's like he has some limited perspective on what it means to be in power. It's very, what the type of adoration he wants is like very simple. And it doesn't involve him having to know anything or implement anything. Like there's no, it's like wanting to win like the top tennis prize and not learning how to play tennis. Like he just wants to show up and like wave and get the prize or something. It's so nonsensical that it seems like in a category of like mental illness, I would say, because it lacks so much actual like purpose, other than just getting the attention. It's almost like you could put Donald Trump in a theatrical environment where people are adoring him, and that would be sufficient. I guess you could call that narcissism, where the beginning and the end is getting attention, and it doesn't matter how he gets there, how he might like betray or let down anybody with high hopes and stuff. I mean, okay, wait. I just want to look at like his followers for a second. I feel like majority of his followers are well-meaning and want change and are frustrated and don't have like a spokesperson in other leaders in the United States. So they kind of think like, oh well, at least this guy's different. But what truly needs to happen is each individual person in the United States needs to feel empowered to engage in some leadership on their own, like in their own community, and take part. And then the role of the politicians is just to like see what the people are doing, what they want, and then like help them implement that either through legislation or like moving things along. But you can't expect like a narcissist to look after you. That's just not in their profile. They don't have empathy. So don't expect that from Donald Trump. And, it seems like, if his followers have the energy to like fly to Washington, D.C. and like, storm the Capitol or whatever. I know not everybody did that, but like some did. Then you have the energy to like implement things in your community that are important to you and meaningful and obviously nonviolent. Let's say something's frustrating you about some inequity. It's like, well, get together in a peaceful manner and make it happen, and then you'll feel the difference immediately instead of going to another state like decrying like leaders and then going back home frustrated or with a criminal record for disrupting the peace or something. This like it's more efficient to just like solve it within your community. Politicians ideally are like the parental figure of the country, like the diplomat, the person who's the peacemaker, and like Donald Trump is like quite literally the opposite of that. Like he's like a joyful disruptor. Like if you think of the role of like a clown, they joyfully disrupt things and turn things on their head or point fingers and laugh, and like that's kind of like the character that he's embodying more than this sort of sage grandfather. So it's not even get mad at him. It's just like he is what he is. Just like accept it. Just accept that this is what he is, and like get on with life and take, if you're interested in changing the power dynamic of politics in the US, it's like take part in it. You've immediately changed the dynamic because you've added your own personal say and power, like and do it in a way that like law can understand. Like sometimes you have to like calm down your emotions to like say what you want to say so that it makes sense why something needs to be done, to a variety of people. You have to like know your audience, yeah, so I just sort of see him, it's like the emperor's new clothes. He's surrounded by yes men giving him the impression that it's all good, and I don't see it going well. I see like maybe 2.5 months maximum of some kind of like hype, and then it just not working. Like people know him now, and they've seen his arc from like promises that are not kept, being degrading a lot of people, and it's just like why him? Like he's not the epitome of like leadership, right? He'd be better off like making another reality show if he wants to be an influencer like he was before, and like whatever whatever he does, will be on his show, and he'll get paid, or he'll get paid more better than he would have as president. I just see him see him blocked out from the White House like permanently from now on, and I see him like sort of creating his own sort of trying to it's so weird, trying to create his own kind of White House competitor that is outside the law, that in the future will be laughed at. And his kids will pay the price. Like his descendants will pay the price for his madness. That's what I see. So that's my reading on Donald Trump.